G'day guys, welcome back to another video on Rev Section. Today, what are we doing, Brayden?
Today we are replacing my injectors in my 2011 ZD30 GU Patrol. Recently they've been sounding like a TD, sooting heaps. They're just not getting good fuel economy, so yeah, no good. They were meant to be replaced at 200,000, I believe, so the car's got 265,000 on it now, so yeah, they need doing. So let's get into it, eh? Alright, so first things first is we gotta pull the engine cover off, intercooler out, take all this out. So we'll get into it, eh? Just like that, we've got the engine cover off and intercooler out, so now we've got access to our injectors down here. So we can go ahead and start pulling off the relief lines and start cracking all the hard lines, getting that all out of the way. Get all the glow plugs out, then we can pull the rock cover off. Alright, so we've just had a look at what we need to do next. So we need to get these hard lines off, and one of them goes into the fuel pump, which is underneath there. So we're just going to pull off this intake pipe, and then once we get that off, we can start pulling everything off of the injectors and get the injectors out.
So right here we actually decided to remove the wiring loom around the top of the engine. It only took us a minute or so and gave us a lot more room around the rocker cover and injectors. If you decide to do this and your check engine light appears and you don't have a scan tool to clear the code, a quick and easy way is just to disconnect the negative on the battery for 5 or so minutes. As you can see here, Jaden's just pulling the hard lines off of the injectors. We had a little issue getting the hard lines to come off of the male-to-male fitting, so we just ended up pulling the hard line and fitting off together, as I wasn't too bothered in damaging the hard line or injectors, as I was replacing both of them. After removing all the hard lines, the next step was to pull the rocker cover off.
Now we are going to pop the rocker cover off, and we can start getting these injectors out. So just get a little pry bar in here. It should just lift off. Alright, so we just realised this bracket here for the ABS lines in the way, or the brake lines in the way, so we're just going to zip that off real quick. Alright, now that's off, we'll get the rocker cover out. Alright, we'll just pull the rocker cover off now. Just like that, she's off.
Alrighty, so now that we have the cover off, we can start taking these injector retainers off, so we'll just try and get them off for you. She's a bit tight.
If you've got a keen eye, you'll be able to see that we have a magnetic stick here. That's just so we make sure we don't drop anything down into the cylinder head while we're moving the bolts.
Alright, so now that we've got the studs out for the retainers, hopefully they pull right on out. We'll see how we go, mate. Brayden's just making a little work area down there where we can put these old injectors. because I don't really want to get oil everywhere. So he's just laying down some cloths for us. Ready? Oh, I'm sliding. So that's all the injectors and the retainers out. They came out pretty nice, which is good for us. We're just thinking there's a little copper washer in here, so we're gonna have to try and fish that out because we don't want that staying in there. So we'll try and get that done for you next.
So we're just about to put the new injectors in. We've got the copper washers on and we've got the O-rings on, so I'm just gonna get a bit of oil from somewhere. Just get a bit on the O-ring so it doesn't pinch as it goes up. Now we got that off, we'll pull off this little cap, and we've got a bit of oil on the copper washer so it doesn't fall. And as we're dropping this down, we'll just throw the retainer on. And just like that, they're in. So we'll do the rest of them and we'll be back. Alright, we're just about to bolt down the retainers, so you got a concave washer, I guess you could say. So we'll drop that down in. Get them in, tighten them up. Right, so right now we're just cleaning up the mating surface for the rocker cover. Try not to get it into the engine. Try to pull it away. Alright, so we're just putting the rocker cover in here. We've got the new gasket on. We've got some silicone on. There's a couple joins in the head you'll be able to see when you pull it off. So we'll just throw this one in now quick. Hope the gasket doesn't fall out on us. Alright, just like that, she's in. So we'll go through and tighten all the bolts, and then we'll get the seals around the glow plugs in. Alright, so we got the seals on. Turns out there's a little spring, like retainer thing around them, and they kept coming off, so trick, we think, is just to shove them on quick, and then the spring doesn't have time to fall off. So they're all on in there, so we'll get our hard lines in now and get the spill line back on. Got new spill line, new hard lines, plug all the injectors in, and then hopefully we'll see if she starts.
Alrighty guys, so we've installed everything back onto the engine and plugged everything back in, tightened everything up that needs to be tightened. So yeah, we're just gonna have a shot at trying to crank the engine over and hopefully she gets fuel.
Alright, here we go. Yes, boy!
Yes, boys!
As you guys would have seen in the last clip, the car had a rough idle when we started it for the first time. We figured out that was due to a new and faulty pressure relief valve we installed in the fuel rail. We ended up just reinstalling the old one and haven't had any issues with it since. Alright guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching another rev section video. We got the injectors in, we got a car running the best it's ever had since I've owned it.
So with that being said, if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.